Hello guys, you know who it is again. It's MOG back with another video. This video, I'm gonna get really just get into the content, man. What I want to talk about today, man, is the black woman in society today, man. You know, for my brothers out there, and cause I think a lot of brothers, check out my content. So, um, in general, black women, they are very encapsulated in the society we have today. The society we have today, um, as a black man, it's hard for you to even really move forward because the black woman, in a lot of ways, is your inhibitor. They use her to make sure that you don't do the things you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, if you ever notice, well, 80 to 90% of black dudes are to single mothers, right? Or African Americans, so-called African Americans, all that, right? To single moms, right? So now that you're to a single mom, and that's your programming, meaning that from birth you exalt woman on a pedestal, but you are a man though, right? While every other subset of cultures has at least some type of semblance of manhood instilled into their abilities. Now, what I mean by that is two things. Number one, a lot of black dudes don't have the ability to be able to do certain things that they need to do because of the lack of manhood. If you ever notice, a lot of dudes, even though they may have the appearance, the exterior of a man, like he's a big burly dude, at the end of the day, his personality traits are very feminine, meaning that he's very emotional. You say one thing about him, he gets defensive, things of that nature. He gets triggered very easily. You know what I'm saying? And that all happens because at the end of the day, you're intertwined with female energy. While yet, once again, you do the reciprocal. The female, the black woman, she is she has the steadfastness, the go-getter mentality, the go-getter mindset, wants to do for herself, wants to get things and acquire her own wealth, right? And this dynamic, specifically talking about my brothers out there, because I touch on everything. I touch on all types of topics. This is not just a black channel, but I do things for my black brothers. You know what I'm saying? When you have this imbalance, there's no way that you can actually be respected outside of our society. That's why outside of our culture, our quote unquote culture, because we really don't have any. But that's why when you look outside, black people don't even support black people, bro. It's sick. Because the women, they want to get certain things and look like, especially the younger generations, they don't support black businesses and stuff like that. And then the black men, they really don't support black business in any shape or form. And they want handouts to a degree. Not all of them, but a lot of them mentality-wise. That's what they want. And growing up where I grew up, and it's obviously in the inner city, bro, I see this all the time. You know what I'm saying? I see this all the time, guys. I just be like, dang, like, when is it going to be a change for brothers to actually get past? And the reason this is going to happen is because black dudes, we are inhibited from becoming our best possible self, because the woman that we are partnered with is to our detriment, even though they're quote unquote succeeding. Like, I've seen plenty of women who make more money than me, all those things, bruh, but that don't mean anything to me. You see what I'm saying, guys? What can I do with a woman who wants to be a man? She's a man. That's not going to attract me, right? It's not going to make me be like, hey, I'm gonna deal with her, because she's a man. She needs another man. Where people say, well, she wants a man that's on her level. Guys, there's no such thing. And in society, that's what you got to understand too. A woman will always find a job in society for the fact that her position, she can be put in a position to do a multitude of things, especially when we talk about white collar jobs. For instance, temps. Anybody who know what a temp is, there's millions of female temps. It's rare that I ever see a man temp, and if I do, it's a young dude that's really not into that. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that I see a man secretary. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see those things, guys, because that's just not, that's not for us. We get more blue collar work because it's more masculine. Females don't want to build roads and build, not saying that you will never find one, you will in some spaces, but it's not the majority. It's a minute percentage. So at the end of the day, when I'm out here seeing stuff, I'm out here paying attention to things, immediately that comes to my attention is there's nothing that's out there for me for real. But I'm a loner in a sense too, but at the same time I'm just like, bro, why would you even deal with a female who wants to be a man? Because then that means also this, you can't build a relationship with her because there's gonna be a lot of conflict. And female by nature is conflicted. They like they have this energy to always be negative or always want more, which would be negative, because if I give you everything and you want more, is that not negative? You know what I'm saying? So it's about you as a man, you even kill her out. Like, look, chill. You don't, this is not what it is. It's not what that is. But when you no longer have that ability to do that, it's very difficult for you as a man, especially a black man, to actually do that. And this goes across the board to all races and subsects, because I personally believe, this is my personal belief, they used the ghetto, if you understand what the term ghetto means, they used that as a quote unquote test to see if we put these, because it's not even black people specifically, it's just people, but we were the first to be introduced to this type of society as far as structure wise, putting the woman over top of a man as in the hierarchy of things and seeing how that goes. So now we have dudes out here talking about black woman is God type stuff, man. It's blasphemy, man. It's blasphemy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is why my channel is called, Logical MOG, because those do, when you put a female on a pedestal, how can she respect you, bro? Because you deified her. And as anybody knows, anything that's deified, you fear because it has power over you, right? And that's one of the things that I feel personally, guys, is a very dangerous thing. And that's one of the biggest things that's holding the black dude back. It's his inability to really control at least his environment. Not talking about everything else. And when I mean just the environment, I mean your household, your general people, who you dealing with, how you dealing with them. The same way I'm talking to y'all right now, everybody in my family know I talk like this. Everybody in my family, all my friends know I talk like this, right? I don't have to put on an act for guys who don't, know me. This is just how I am, because I also had my father in my life. I was blessed in that capacity, right? So I understood immediately, okay, and my father was a military guy, right? So I already understood, okay, cool. And as far as me growing up and getting better in other understandings of life and situations, it was easy for me to be able to make the moves that I was starting to make, because I was like, okay, I'm paying attention to certain things, and I'm like, okay, it seems like as a black dude, it's very difficult for black dudes to even accept male authority, because their whole life they've had a female as the hierarchy. So when a male comes in with his structure, with his cadence, how he does things, how he moves, how he puts things in place, his discipline, things of that nature, automatically the black man, for the most part, has an automatically, like, he don't want to mess with that, and he's not attuned to that type of energy, because now he's like, man, you think you right. I know how many times that people talk to me, bro, and they tell me that, oh, I act like I know everything, but I'm like, bro, it's impossible. How can any human being know everything, guys? Come on. But it lets me understand, like I tell people all the time, what you say out your mouth is also a reflection of your thoughts. So for instance, if I see a person walking down the street and the first thing I notice is he has a crappy jacket, for say, let's say, that also reflects on me, because that's the first thing that I noticed. I could have talked about, it's an infinite amount of options that I could have chose from, but instead I chose to think about his crappy jacket. You know what I'm saying? And it reflects on me, on what my values, what things I pay attention to, and the things that I perspect as important, right? And that's why I just say, guys, you got to really be cautious, man. You gotta be cautious. Everything that I'm talking to you about, I got from other people, but I studied these things. And I'm gonna talk about guys you need to pay attention to as well. Okay. And yeah, like I said, this is certain people that you may have heard of. Like for instance, these guys aren't for everybody. And I'm talking to my brothers in this one. These guys aren't for everybody, but these guys will help you understand what's going on, at least mentally and spiritually, so that you can become better in your own way. You know what I'm saying? And I talk about a variety of subjects as well, so you can definitely like, subscribe, and all that. But a dude, for one of them, is KOJ, Call of Judah, and you need another dude that I really mess with is Days of Noah. And I mean, really look into their content, guys. They got over 2,000. Well, Call of Judah has over 2,000 videos. Days of Noah, he got a good little couple of videos, but they at least an hour, 2 hours long documentary type, and they not for everybody. That's why I kind of come to you and I kind of condense the knowledge that I get from not just them, but from other groups and other information pools, Redpill, MGTOW, Semen retention, Nofap, all those, and so on and so forth. And I put all those things together, man, and give you the best representation of what it means to actually understand the things that I'm talking about, right? But once you get once you understand this type of stuff, yeah, when people always reflect by their mouth, what they pay attention to is also what they enter, what you understand, which is why it's important how you speak. See, I don't talk about black women in a negative manner because I have a beautiful mom, and I understand the power of a woman and where her strength lies, But when you have an imbalance and she now takes on a different shape, a different role, a different form, things can now get really messed up. Things can get really really crazy, bro. And I see that because a lot of black dudes come from single parent households, and for the most part, because of how the systems and the government set everything up, you're going to get a lot of single moms out there, guys. And we already know this from the black community, or quote unquote. And marriages are going down instead of going up. And if you do get married, divorces are going up. So it's like, really, even if you get married, they're going, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a bad situation overall, and it's because of this dynamic, not just in the black community, but I'm talking for my brothers out there. This really applies to all segments and all sectors: white, black, Hispanic, Asian, right, Indian as well. In every single subsect, there's an issue, and I believe specifically though in the black community, there's a huge issue with how we go about understanding each other. And basically, we need, as black men, especially because I'm talking for myself in this one, we need black guys to really step up to the plate. And I'm not talking about to the plate of you doing for her and doing. I'm talking about for yourself. Stop being scared of that, man. If you scared of your own woman because you either A, pedestalize her, B, are so engrossed in having intercourse with her, or C, you just have this inability to be alone, then bro, she's gonna always have the upper hand on you. Thus, you can never truly be the man, because now you're always in a lower self, a lower position than what you actually were made to be in. You know what I'm saying? And I got all this because a lot of things happen in my life to make me get to this point, but I'm still a young guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not old. But the things I'm telling you can benefit you a lot, especially as a black man, is that you leave these things alone, man. Look, black women, I love them. But at the same time, for you to love something, you also got to be able to tell them what you need to tell them. And that's something that it's not, just because you tell them the truth, they're going to accept it or not. It doesn't matter. Majority of these black women are lost right now. Okay? And it's nothing that you or me personally can really do about that. That's a personal decision. But what you can do is choose to leave that alone. I'm not going to mess with that, because I'm a man first before I'm anything. Forget color, race, anything. I'm a man first. Then you add in the pigmentation of ethnicity, all that other stuff, right? And culture, whatever. But yeah, guys, if you definitely got to stop being afraid, because a black woman, by nature, especially a woman's nature, is to be mischievous. She's there to push you to become better if you're already not good. But then when she's now, her nature is basically toxic in a way, where a man cannot speak about stuff, a man can't do anything, whatever she says goes. That's toxic, guys. And it's important for you to understand that. Now, I understand in certain ways of how you talk and how you speak about certain situations, you can have some confusion. You got to understand. You got to start reading. Expand your vocab. Trust me, guys. I can talk like I'm a street guy. I'm from the inner city. All right, I can really talk like I'm a street. But sometimes you need to have a different, provocation about yourself, man. You need to have a different type of cadence, how you speak, words, how you put them together. In this whole video, I didn't curse, and you understood everything I'm talking about. My younger guys, right? You need to be able to understand these type of things. And guys, look, I didn't go to college like that, guys. And I want you to understand, this is all personal. I made it so that I can do these things personally, all right? So that I can become the best person I can be. Because in reality, guys, ebonics, quote unquote, that's not really gonna help you in life, man. It's gonna keep you on a lower level. Now, amongst yourself, you can use that, but amongst other races of people, amongst other ethnic groups and other segments of society, that's not gonna fly because they can't understand you, okay? Amongst yourself, it's no problem. But amongst other groups of people, you're gonna need to expand your vocabulary, all right? I understand sometimes I'm going to curse sometimes, but in this video specifically, I want to really expound upon what it means for you to really become the best person you can be as a black guy, all right? Because it's not going to be easy because of the things we understand is going on. Like I said, we understand gynocracy. We understand female nature at this point in time, all right? We understand what's going on in general. And now when you have a scope, you have a premonition to be able to look at things from a different perspective and be like, okay, I know what I got to do. I know how I'm going to maneuver. I know how I'm going to make these plays. It's chess. It's chess, guys. Stop playing checkers right now. A lot of y'all playing checkers. And what I mean by checkers is you're reacting to movements. Oh, this happened, I'm reacting. This happened, I'm reacting. In chess, you're thinking 5 moves ahead. If I do this, they're going to do that, then I'm going to do this, then they're going to do that, then I'm going to do this. Checkmate. And you already understood that 5 moves ahead. Understand? It's very simple, guys. But that all takes time. And I just hope that you get what I'm saying. Like I said, I got a lot of videos, a lot of content, a lot of different subjects. All right. And the crazy thing is, like I said, black people don't support black people, man. So if you black, man, you clicked on this content and you got to this point in the video, click that like button and click that subscribe button if you're a black man, and you support what I'm trying to do in general. All right. Because like I said, I'm not going to make a bunch of videos. I have a bunch of topics I want to touch on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it includes just men. Sometimes it includes black men. Sometimes we're talking about society. Sometimes we're talking about what's going on that you need to pay attention to. Sometimes we're talking about women. All right. But in the totality of it, it's always talking about one thing or a couple of things, for real, making you a better man. Spiritually, mentally, and physically. Because without even money or items or whatever, your value stems from your mentality and your spirit, bro. Because you can lose anything that's tangible. You can lose that overnight. If you die tomorrow, you got a closet full of clothes. What happens? What happens to those clothes? You know what I'm saying? And that's another video I'm gonna make up probably in the future. I don't know when I'm gonna drop that one, but a video about what is value, especially for black men. You know what I'm saying? But overall, man, you already know what it is. I appreciate you for coming through, checking out my content. Like I said, hit that like, comment, subscribe, and you already know what it is, bro. Stay mentally, aware, spiritually awakened. You know what I'm saying? Physically, get yourself in shape, or just eat healthier, or just and take the things you need to take: black seed oil, moringa, burdock root. What's it called? I can't even think of it. Right now. But take your supplements, guys. You know what I'm saying? And overall, you already know what it is, man. I appreciate you for coming through, and let's get it. You already know what's up.